So minimalism is popular right now, and I'm completely on board. I never liked clutter, and I try to keep my work and living environment as free from clutter as I possibly can. But when it comes to tech, this can be challenging. I don't know about you, but my biggest gripe is cables. I hate them very, very much. So if I can reduce the cable clutter in any way, I'm in. We all have more than one HDMI cable in our house connecting something to something. So what if I told you there's a way to cut that cable for good? Literally. Let's ramble.
Hold up, place go wild when I pull up. They all on me like it wants some.
Hey, what's up guys? It is great to see you all again, and if you're new here, I'm Patrick, and this is where I ramble about tech and other stuff. So as a YouTube tech channel, you get approached by a lot of companies that want you to review their products. A lot of them are Chinese, and while some amazing brands and products are Chinese, a lot of those offerings look a bit shady or just, like cheap knockoffs. So when I was approached by a company called Peakdo to review their HDMI wireless transmitter, I was a bit skeptical. I had never heard of them, and I bet you haven't either. But then, when I was doing a bit of research on them, I saw that this product was reviewed by Linus Tech Tips, which you probably know as one of the biggest tech channels. So I thought, okay, let's review this thing and see what it's about. And let me tell you, it did not disappoint. So basically what this thing does is it eliminates the need for hardwired HDMI connections by replacing them with a transmitter and a receiver. So in other words, this combo does the same thing as an HDMI cable, which is to transfer image and audio from one device to another, but without those hideous cables. And because you're no longer limited by an HDMI cable, you have much more flexibility in where you place your devices. And I will give you a couple of really cool examples later on. But let's first have a look at what's in the box, and then I'll show you how it works. So in the box, we have the receiver, the transmitter, which comes with a USB-C adapter so you don't have to buy one separately, a flex cable, some magnetic pads to easily attach your transmitter to your phone, an HDMI cable for the receiver unit, a USB cable for power, and a brick in case there is no USB connection on your device. Most modern TVs will have one. Now, this might seem like a lot of cables and it's kind of defeating the purpose, but you'll see it's easier than you think, and once it's hooked up, it's completely free of clutter. Wireless solutions are super popular right now, which makes a lot of sense. We bring more and more technology into our homes, so the mess of cables just keeps growing and growing. And we're looking to get rid of that, right? In my experience, wireless solutions are always a hit or a miss. They often don't do what they're supposed to, or they do it, but they're laggy. But every now and then, everything just works. One great example is the Rode Wireless Go system, which works in a similar way. Instead of running a wired lav microphone into your camera to record something, you just attach a tiny receiver to your camera, clip on a wireless transmitter, and boom, you're done. And it works perfectly. This little device works in a similar way, but for your HDMI connections. So say you want to transmit the screen of your iPad to your flat screen TV. All you need to do is plug the receiver into your TV, the transmitter into your iPad, make sure you have something to power it like a battery pack, and boom, your iPad content is now displayed on your TV. This also works great when you're traveling and you want to watch a movie or something, or let's say you have an iPad or a MacBook with you, but you want that bigger screen to work with. You can use the big screen in the hotel as your computer monitor. It works best when the logos are facing each other and are in line of sight. By the way, if you're an Android person, you can probably imagine how cool it is to use Samsung DeX in combination with this device. Now you might be thinking, why not just use AirPlay or Chromecast to stream stuff from your phone or tablet? Well, for a couple of reasons. First of all, not all TVs or monitors are AirPlay enabled, and even if you hook something up like a Chromecast, you will only be able to stream certain things like Netflix or YouTube, but you won't be able to mirror your iPad screen or play games. More importantly though, is that both AirPlay and Chromecast require a Wi-Fi connection, and for both transmitting and receiving devices to be on that same Wi-Fi network, which is not always easy, especially when you're not at home, but you're at a hotel, for instance. Peakdo does not require a Wi-Fi connection. It doesn't require an app, you just plug it in and it works. A few technical specifications: the Peakdo uses a 60 GHz frequency wireless transmission system at 1080p maximum. They also make a more elaborate version that can process 4K, but this one caps at 1080, which is more than enough for most use cases. It uses millimeter wave technology, which you may have heard of in the context of super fast 5G, and it has a theoretical latency of 2.5 milliseconds, which means there is virtually no lag. We can in fact categorize it as zero latency, which means you can even use this for gaming. In comparison, Wi-Fi based transceivers tend to have a considerable lag, like 200 milliseconds of latency, so they're definitely not suited for gaming. With this thing, it really does feel like there's an invisible HDMI cable somehow attached, and it has a very impressive maximum distance between the transmitter and the receiver of 5 meters, which is the equivalent to about 16 feet. So imagine all the devices you could use this with. Another excellent use case for me is a projector. Unless you have a mega expensive short throw projector, your projector will need to be quite far away from your wall or your screen to get a decent image. But that often means you will need to run a super long HDMI cable to your projector, which limits where you can put it. This thing fixes that problem completely, and you can put your projector wherever you want. So guys, let me know in the comments, what do you think of this thing? Is it a hit or a miss? If you've enjoyed the video, please give it one of these. It really does help the channel. Subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.